Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast of the year. And today we are doing a Spurs Man United preview. Kicking this off, we have sort of a unicorn with us here. His name is Ono. He's a Spurs fan. He's with us here. And we also have Phillips, favorite talk, whatever you want to call him, Manchester United fan. And today we're previewing the big one, Spurs Manchester United. Three topics. We'll start off with combined 11 from each person. Spurs Manchester United combined 11. Two opposing players that you guys feel you fear on the other team, and predictions for the team. And I always like to throw in a teaser, which will be a prediction, which will be a brain teaser trivia for each team, for each person for their team. So let's kick it off with Spurs since they're the home team. Oh no, who's your Spurs Man United combined 11 from your current squad?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I'm honored, invited to the podcast. I got my, I'm in there. Anyway, though, so the combined 11, I really like Pogba from y'all's team. I'm sure many people know that Pogba is probably my favorite player, apart from Dele Alli, my favorite player. So already I can tell you it's one of my dreams to see them together on the same team.
Okay.
That would be incredible. I'll start from the strike force.
Okay.
So I would like to see Lukaku and Kane, but Lukaku's been injured, and I don't think technically he's really on Kane's level.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's kind of obvious.
yeah, I'll probably drop him for the team from the team for this one,
Okay.
and instead I'll pair Kane and Rashford.
Okay.
Okay. Then in the middle, I'm gonna put 5 players. I think Man U has previously used wingbacks under Mourinho. We all know Pochettino loves using wingbacks. So I'll
That's
put 5 in the middle for now. Of course, I have to get my boy Trips in there. Trippier on the right side.
okay.
I take my boy Danny Rose on the left side.
Okay.
Those guys can bomb up and down. Danny Rose is usually he was hurt for the World Cup and then he wasn't on top form. But when he's on top form, like he's getting into now, best fullback, at least left-sided fullback in the league. So Rose, Trippier with the free kicks and crosses. In the middle, Wayama's injured, and I like Matic is passing way better than Wayama. So I'm putting Matic right there in front of the defense, and then Pogba and Ali on either side of him.
Interesting.
Okay.
So no
Yeah.
everything. Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly. I knew when I put this together, I said, oh, people will be like, oh, no Erickson. But, you know, this is my favorite combined
Combined.
11s.
That's fine. That's fine.
Exactly. So I like Erickson for some things. He can come in and he can have a great impact. But I like Pogba and Ali. And I think if you compare them, I prefer Pogba to Erickson. So Pogba can play the box-to-box role. He can get in there as a number 10. As a creative player, I put him above Erickson. So it doesn't lose anything by keeping Erickson on the bench.
Okay.
And then for the 3 in the back, I like my 2 boys, Toby and Jan Vertonghen.
Okay.
And then I was considering who to take from Man U's defense because you guys have had your problems in central defense. But
No shit.
overall, Toby and Jan. Toby can always sit and his reactions are good. His defense is good. Jan can kind of bring the ball out from the back. So if you need that, we have that with Jan. So I don't need Lindelof to bring the ball out. So I'll take Bailly
Okay.
and with Toby and Jan. I think that'll be a strong 3-man defense, man. That team will win things. Win
Keeper. You
everything.
have no keeper?
Keep on going with De Gea. Lloris has too many mistakes.
Oh, yes.
Like Lloris, he won the World Cup,
Yeah,
but so many mistakes in him. Even in that World Cup final, he he was he was doing stupid things. So
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah, I'll take De Gea over him, and that'll be my team.
Okay, pretty decent. Very strong team. Phillips, who's your combined Man U Spurs 11?
For my combined team, first of all, I mean, thank you for inviting me to the podcast. I really appreciate the opportunity. For my combined team, I'm looking at current form because I'm looking at what team, from what we're going to be putting on the field. So I'm not really going with my favorite players out of them, anyways.
Okay,
So for the combined team, I'm starting from the back, and I'm starting from back, and I'm looking at obviously the AI in defense. In goal, the AI starting. My formation would be a 4-3-3. And for right back, I have obviously Trippier will be on the right back.
okay,
And center back, I mean, based on what's happened this season, you have to give it to Tottenham. So I
yeah,
would go with Vertonghen and Toby also.
okay,
And for left back, I mean, that's a really tricky one. I'll definitely go with Shaw though for that, for left
okay.
back. I'm sorry, that's you got to go with Shaw for left back.
Yeah,
And in the middle, for the middle three, obviously you gotta go with King Kong in there, Mr. Badman Pogba leading the front in the line in there, and with the other two to put with him, the other two to put with him, you know, I mean, hmm, I'm thinking about my attack also. So do I want to put Ericsson in the middle with them? So no, I'll put in the middle. I'll probably put Pogba with Ali and I'll put Herrera with them. It was a close call between Herrera and Sissoko but Sissoko is a little inconsistent. And Herrera, I mean, yes, he hasn't played much, but when he's played this season, he's showed up pretty good. So that'll be my middle three. For my attackers, this is the real tough one because obviously I gotta go with Kane up front in the middle, and then on the left, I have to go with Ericsson. I mean, sorry, Marshall. Marshall on the left, and I would put Ericsson on the right. I mean, really, I probably should go with either Rashford there, but I'll give it to Ericsson. So that would be my starting 11.
I like how you say obviously when you put in the Spurs players there. I appreciate that, my God. Thank
Hey, hey,
thank you, sir. I
based on
feel
what you guys have done this year, I'll give you some props, and based on the positions in the table. But it's a temporary thing, and we all know class is permanent. So
that's cool. You don't have to now take back your compliments by saying it's a temporary thing, but okay, okay. Fine, fine. I shouldn't have even said anything.
oh
Look
no,
at
you know
over
what, you guys.
there.
Oh no,
It's all
oh no,
good.
we know what you guys are. This is what you guys are. That's all I'm doing. Say that's what this is what Spurs is known for.
they're placeholder.
Oh, not that they're butlers.
Oh,
Okay, okay. Hey man, let me tell you something, man. I actually have a comment I need to make because I've been watching all these commentators and pundits talking about, oh, Spurs have something in them. They bottle in they bottle it at the finish. Oh, they're not good when they're in lead position. They're better as chasers.
Okay.
There's nothing in the player's mentality or in the club psychology that people say, oh, Spurs have been choking. It's simply about tactics. The game is about tactics, motivating
ooh.
players, and the skill level of the players. Can they execute?
So you're
Okay.
putting
So
it on the coach?
very much you have to take responsibility. If you're in a leadership position, you must take responsibility. And in football, it's about the tactics. You look at the FA Cup when you guys beat us last year. Simply got the tactics wrong. And I expect a coach to come out and say that. And most coaches don't do it, but I expect coaches to come out and do that. Hey, I got the tactics wrong. I got my team selection wrong. Because team selection is part of the tactics. and not let the players continue to be blamed like there's something wrong with their psychology. Everybody was talking Spurs can't do this, Spurs can't do that. When Harry Redknapp came, he put the right team in, and they accomplished things that set us on the trend for today. So it's about the tactics, man. It's not that one player or Dele Ali can't handle being top of the league and he'll
So
bottle it.
so you wouldn't have a problem if Poch left for United, then would you?
How does that equate with what I just said?
Yeah, if you're blaming his tactics for bottling things,
Mhm.
then you wouldn't mind him being gone, then, right?
Well, he hasn't
If
won
it's
these. That
if it
doesn't mean
I mean
he can't be.
I blamed Mourinho for United's problems. So when
Yeah,
he left, I was doing the Thanksgiving, throwing parties and stuff like that.
I feel you. You should have invited us to these parties. But I'm saying, that he hasn't won doesn't mean I want him to leave. Mourinho was a different position because you guys were not playing well, and
Okay.
so you might want him to leave. But he hasn't won yet, and so questions need to be asked. For example, if I was Daniel Levy, I would look at him making comments about we need money, we need more investment. And I would say, hey, with the team right now, maybe you need more investment for the league, but why haven't you won the FA Cup or the EFL Cup? It's been 4 years, and you can't argue that we haven't had the squad to win at least the EFL Cup or the
Correct.
FA Cup. That's clearly uh, in the coaches arena there, the blame for that one.
Correct. Before we deviate, that's a good point. And just as a fun fact, right? Even the season everybody said Tottenham bottled against them. The season Leicester won the league. The fun fact is
Mhm.
Tottenham won, if I remember correctly, I think they won like 13 of their last 14 games in the second half of the season. That's not bottling, in my opinion. You know, that is an amazing run. Winning 13 of the last 14 games. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of it falls on the coach when it comes to like executing. He gets his taxes wrong sometimes. I think sometimes he gets arrogant. This is just my opinion. Um, and sometimes I think he overlooks like cops. So I think this year he's going to try to at least win the EFL Cup or maybe the FA Cup, either or. Because I mean it's closer, especially with the EFL Cup. So that's a good point. So we'll start with Phillips. Who are the two opposing sports player? The next topic that gives you shivers. That you fear the most in that team.
The two players I fear most in their team. I mean, so you're talking about like based
Current.
on the game we're about to play tomorrow, or just
Correct.
overall?
Yeah. The game we're about to play tomorrow. Yes.
Game we're about to play tomorrow. I mean,
Current squad.
obviously, I'm always worried about Kane. I mean, that boy is arguably the best striker in the world. So you gotta worry about a guy like that. He can make anything happen from half a chance. So definitely, you gotta worry about him. The second person, and I'm sure
Harry,
this is gonna come as a surprise to everybody.
Okay.
I'm really not worried about Ericsson or Son or Ali as much as I'm worried about a guy like Sissoko. And the reason I'm worried about Sissoko is it's one of those guys. Is It's all or nothing. Is either he's having a great game or he's having a terrible game in most cases.
That's true.
And if he comes out and has a great game, that can be trouble for us. So those are the two guys I'm worried most about tomorrow.
hmm. No, you're more worried about Sissoko than Erickson,
If
Son,
he has if he has a
Ali.
great game, yes. Now,
That's his
obviously,
choices. Oh no.
yeah,
These are his
I mean,
choices. What are your
I,
choices?
I think they're definitely better players than him, and I think they're more dangerous than him. But if he has a great game, it's almost like we almost don't have a chance because if you go back and watch games where we've played you guys, where guys like Wanyama has played better than Pogba, we really didn't stand a chance. So if Shoko comes out and plays better than Pogba tomorrow, it really gives us very little chance.
It's a battle of the midfield, right? And I see that. And whoever wins the midfield wins that game. Every time we've played each other, right? It's always
Hmm.
been a battle of the
Yeah,
midfield. Every time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see your point because I agree. It's definitely a battle of the midfield. If you look at the games we've played in the past, it's almost like when we have Dembele or Wayama, we win y'all. If we don't have Dembele or Wayama, you guys usually win. It's, except for that FA Cup game where Pogba nudged Dembele. He kind of beat Dembele and got that goal. So I see that need for the midfield though. But what in Sissoko's game are you saying like, oh, it's all or nothing? Like, what exactly in his game
I
are
think
you afraid of?
overall performances. If he's pushing the team forward, if he's breaking up play, just playing the whole field. If he's out playing Pogba, then I mean I'm really worried.
Yeah,
If he's
right.
yeah, if he's playing so well where he's not giving Pogba any space to breathe, like Dembele did in some games and Wayama, then that would worry me a lot.
He's very
Mm,
If he lets go wild and Pogba's pinging passes left and right, oh yeah, I'm happy.
mm.
okay. Fair point. Fair point. Oh no, who are your two players in Manchester United?
Yeah, man. I feel like we needed even more time to talk about that opposing 11 that where you left Rashford out. I just I said, wow, man, wow, because for me, Rashford is coming into the last part of mastering yourself as a soccer player, especially as a striker, is confidence. Feeling like when you get on the pitch, you can fly, you can get past anybody, and you can finish. Most importantly,
Yep.
some of the things that he's doing under Solskjaer, I thought it was just off. Okay, new coach confidence, but Solskjaer came in and said something that I've been thinking for so long. He said that he sees Rashford rushing the ball sometimes, and you just need to get the ball past the goalie faster than he can get down because the goal is always there.
Correct. It never moves.
Amazing for a striker. And I've always thought that Rashford would come in. He has one on ones a lot because he's very fast, and he would
Yep.
hit the ball before even looking up to see where the goalie was.
Yep.
So with Solskjaer now coaching him, don't even worry about it as a manager. Coaching him, I'm scared of Rashford, bro. I want to see what he'll do. We have defenders that can match up well with him, but because I feel he's in like a new frame of mind, I'm scared of him. I like your point about Sissoko because I'm also scared of Herrera. Whenever Herrera plays, your midfield has a solidity that is different, man. Box to box is very good defensively. He's always in the right position. But I can't put him in my two because I have to say I'm more worried about Pogba than him in the midfield. Because defensively, Herrera will give us a problem. But Pogba, he can do so much. He can do so much. He can take the ball in a tight space. He has vision like Ericsson. He can see things. He always plays the pass that I'm looking at watching the game. I expect, I'm saying, oh, put the ball there. He's already doing it. He's just, and then he can finish too. So Pogba and Rashford. Yeah.
Okay. Those are good points for sure. If I would choose, I mean, being a United fan, obviously, Son is the person I worry about the most. And for me, when I look at Son, it's because of matchups, right? I feel like the matchup, especially if Son plays down our right, down your left, I'm really worried about the way he gets into the channels because I feel when I watch Manchester United, one of our weakest points for our fullbacks is the way we defend the channels, especially Young. The way he defends the channels scares me a lot, and Son is the person I worry about the most just because of that. His runs and the way he runs to the channels, the way he looks for space, and the way his combination with Harry Kane. The other person obviously has to be Harry Kane because I think he always gets up for the big games every time. He does. He loves the big games, the big occasions, and he kind of wants to prove a point. And if you had better defense, maybe I wouldn't have been too worried. But with with Phil Jones, oh my goodness, that's like yeah, that's it. That scares me thinking about Phil Jones and the way he makes mistakes. But yeah, I think those are the two people I'm kind of afraid of. So let's stay with you, Ono. So what's your predictions for the game and why? Not just tell me your
Mm.
scoreline. Tell me why you think it's going to end that way.
Yeah. So last time we played, what was it, 3-0? Lukaku. Lukaku started, but he missed some chances. So now you guys will have Rashford. I think he hasn't, I don't think he's done it yet, but I think Solskjaer might pair two of them against us. And that worries me a bit, Lukaku and Rashford.
Interesting.
Because I feel like even though Rashford is a threat, I feel like Jan and Toby, I favor them against him. But when you mix Lukaku and Rashford, we might have issues with that. So I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I'm gonna go with 3-1 for
Okay.
us. Okay, I'm leaning towards 3-2. I think it'll be a good game for strikers,
High
But
scoring game.
I'm gonna say 3-1 or 2-1, maybe 2-1. And I'm not even for us scoring. The guy I want to see in the game is Lucas Moura. I think Lucas Moura really compares well in the matchup against your defenders, and he got 2 goals last time. And I hope that Poch will give him a chance to play with Kane again. We've been doing this 4-2, or sorry, 4-1-2-1-2. With the diamond in the middle and two strikers. If we pair Kane and Lucas, we'll get goals, more than 1 goal out of them. So I want to say 2-1 for us because the midfield battle will be hard. That's why I keep it down to 2.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I'm hoping Son should pop in. He's supposed to be in Asia right now for the
Right.
Asian Cup. He's waited. Poch has kept him for this
For this game.
game.
Yep. I remember. I saw that a month ago.
So man, I feel like we have firepower. I'm leaning towards that, but I say 2-1 because you guys will make it hard for us to score. But
Okay.
yeah, 2-1.
Phillips.
2-1 Spurs.
I mean, for me, I'm looking at the game, and I'm looking at the last game we played, where Mourinho actually let the boys actually play some free flowing football, and we cost them some problems. In the first half. I mean, everything went to crap when they considered the goals. But before the goals, I thought we played really well. With Solskjaer coming in with a new belief in the team, with a new system in place where they're playing a lot of free flowing football, with better understanding among the teams, I think we have a very good chance. And I'm going for a 3-2 score, United winning. Um, I'm looking at Rashford scoring. I think Pogba will get at least a goal and an assist.
Okay.
And I mean, because I really think with this free flowing football, like a lot of people say the best form of attack is defense. So, I mean, the best form of defense is an attack, and I think our defense would look much better with us attacking them and pinning them back a little bit. So I mean, yeah, I definitely think 3-2 would be a good score. Would be what we'll be doing.
You
Okay.
you really think you score 3 goals against us? Woo!
I actually think I'm kind of going to be 50 between both of you. I think it's going to be a score draw. I think it's going to be 2-2, in my opinion. I also think it's going to be high scoring, like everybody thinks. Like both teams are going to want it very much. And I think it's not going to be a cautious game. Both teams are going to go at it. And both defenses are going to make mistakes. And I think it's going to be a game of two halves. That's what I sense. It's going to be a game of two halves. One team is going to have one half, and that team is going to have. And I feel we might play just as good or maybe slightly better than Spurs because I feel Spurs will not be as fresh as we are, considering they played like a tough game on Tuesday with Chelsea and played most of the people that are going to play against us started that game. So they might start well as they always do strong. I might tire out towards the end of the game, but I expect a very good game. I see a score draw. I see Rashford and Martial scoring. I also see. I think I see Son and maybe Harry Kane goal. That's what I see from my own opinion. So the quick trivia. We'll start with Ono. It's a very simple one. Um,
Can I say something really quick?
okay.
I agree with the point you made, and I know we have to be quick, but the point you made about fatigue, though, because I think that got us in the last derby with Arsenal. We played Chelsea and Inter the week before, and then played them, and it can happen to us. Also, to Phillips' point about midfield, we've been playing Winks and Sissoko because Dembele and Wanyama have been out. If we don't get either Dembele or Wanyama back, that's a weak midfield for Pogba to attack. So, yeah, I see your point on that. We have those two things, fatigue and the midfield. Our midfield strongmen are not around. But we've still been scoring 5-6 goals without them. So, Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.
Bottle it for us. Bottle it. Come on, you Spurs.
Do what you do best.
All right. Trivia. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
So, Spurs became the first British team to win an European trophy. It's very easy. Very easy one. What year was this? And what trophy was that?
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay.
20. You have.
I think our first European trophy was the Cup Winners' Cup at that time.
Okay. Half of it is correct. Yes. What year was that?
Yeah. It was in. Oh gosh, you got me with this one. I don't know, so I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna say because we won the league 60-61. I'm not sure it was the Cup Winners for that, or what it would have been for I think it was in the 80s. I think this cup was actually in the 80s. I want to say 85, 86.
Wrong. It's 1963.
It's 63. I thought it, but see, I didn't. That's why I was saying we won the league then, but I didn't know if they had the Cup Winners' Cup in the 60s or in the 80s.
A team that doesn't win too many
trophies.
I
know.
You should know the year when you're.
You thought you guys were that good in the 80s?
We won FA Cup, so we also got into Europe for Cup Winners' Cup and different things.
Yeah, I mean, good enough to win.
But yeah, you're right. In the 63, it would have been because we were winning the league then. Yeah, I think we won the league twice, early 60s. All right, but we're not focused on that, man. We're focused on now, our team now. I can't be worried about history and who scored.
It's okay. Phillips, don't support Manchester United. So, Manchester United player averaged 1 hat-trick per season. From 08-09 to 2011-2012 season. 3 of his 4 hat-tricks were scored in one season. Which player is this?
Can you ask that question one more time?
One Manchester United player averaged 1 hat-trick per season, right? And this was between 2008-2012. This same player, 3 of his 4 hat-tricks were scored in one season. Who is this player?
I really don't know for sure, but it looks like it should be Rooney. Really?
Phillips. Come on, man.
Who was scoring hat-tricks in that team?
Really? 3 or 4 hat-tricks in one season?
Oh, Ronaldo.
Oh, Phillips. Come on, man. Berbatov.
Oh, Beber was with us then. I was trying to think if it was the Ronaldo years or not.
No, Ronaldo probably scored hat-trick balls once, just once. I remember that game, but it was Newcastle. That's the only time I ever scored a hat-trick balls. Berbatov was. Remember that season he scored multiple hat-tricks.
Yeah. Plus Ronaldo, after your win in 2008, so he couldn't have been there in 2012.
Yeah, that's why I didn't choose him. That's why I didn't choose him at first.
Yeah, he wasn't there, so it was Berbatov.
But then I'm like, wait, who was our prolific striker then? But
Berbatov.
Yeah, Beber. I should have known. Berbatov came from Tottenham, so I should have known. I'm gonna throw that out there.
That's why I used that exactly because that was the reason because it was Tottenham. Came from Tottenham. Anyways, this was fun, guys. Come to the end of our podcast. Again, happy new everybody. Smash that like button. Check the end of the podcast for any of our social channels. And Ono and Phillips, thanks for coming on. Ono, we both know you guys are
Thank
going to
you, man.
bottle it. So let's bottle it as we always do tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's all about the tactics, man. It's all about
It's
the
all about
tactics.
tactics, no problem.